Ladies and gentlemen, life is unpredictable. One moment everything seems fine, the next chaos unfolds. The world doesn't wait for us to be ready, and challenges don't come with warnings. But while we cannot control the waves of life, we can control how we navigate them. 1. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. We spend too much time worrying about things beyond our control, other people's opinions, the past, or even the weather. Instead, focus on what you can influence, your actions, your mindset, your responses. This shift alone will free you from unnecessary stress. 2. Emotions are temporary. Don't let them control you. Anger, frustration, fear, these emotions will come and go, but we don't have to be ruled by them. When emotions rise, pause, take a breath, respond with reason, not impulse. 3. Hard times are training for strength. Difficulties are not punishments, they are lessons. Every challenge is an opportunity to build resilience. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, how can this make me stronger? 4. Detach from the opinions of others. The need for approval is a chain that keeps us from freedom. Live by your values, not by the shifting opinions of the crowd. True peace comes when you stop seeking validation and start living authentically. 5. Accept that life is uncertain. Control is an illusion. The more we try to force life into our expectations, the more frustrated we become. Instead, embrace uncertainty, adapt, adjust, and remain calm, knowing that nothing is permanent. 6. Speak less, listen more. Words spoken in anger or frustration cannot be taken back. Practice the art of silence. Listen, observe, and speak only when necessary. A calm mind is one that does not waste words. 7. Don't be owned by material things. Happiness does not come from possessions. The more we cling to wealth, status, or comfort, the more anxious we become about losing them. True peace comes from knowing that nothing external defines you. 8. See obstacles as opportunities. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every setback holds a hidden lesson. Train your mind to see problems not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. 9. Live in the present moment. Regret lives in the past, anxiety lives in the future, but peace lives in the present. Stop dwelling on what was, or worrying about what will be. Focus on now. This moment is all we truly have. 10. Practice gratitude every day. Even in the darkest times, there is something to be grateful for. Shift your focus from what is missing to what is present. Gratitude transforms our perspective and fills life with meaning. Imagine someone preparing meticulously for an important job interview. They practice their responses, research the company, and dress appropriately. They control their preparation and mindset. However, they have no control over the interviewer's mood, the hiring manager's preferences, or the company's final decision. If they focus only on what they can do, being well prepared and confident, they leave the interview knowing they gave their best. If they obsess over the outcome, which is beyond their influence, they set themselves up for unnecessary stress. This principle applies to relationships as well. Many people struggle with the desire to change others, trying to make a partner more affectionate, a friend more reliable, or a co-worker more responsible. But people have their own will, shaped by experiences and personal choices. The more we try to control them, the more frustrated we become. Instead, focusing on our own actions, setting boundaries, communicating clearly, and adjusting our expectations leads to greater peace. The same lesson holds true for past events. No amount of regret can change what has already happened, yet many dwell on past mistakes, wishing they had acted differently. While reflecting on lessons learned is valuable, lingering in regret serves no purpose. The only thing within our control is how we move forward. Similarly, the future is uncertain. Worrying excessively about what might happen does not prevent difficulties. It only robs us of present joy. Planning and preparation are wise, but excessive anxiety over what we cannot predict is futile. Learning to embrace uncertainty allows us to adapt more easily when challenges arise. When faced with adversity, one of the most powerful questions we can ask ourselves is, what can I control in this situation? If the answer is nothing, then the best response is acceptance. If there is something we can do, then action, not worry, is the solution. By directing energy toward what we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we cultivate a mindset of resilience and strength. Letting go of what we cannot control is not passive resignation, it is an act of wisdom. It allows us to focus on what truly matters and grants us the clarity to navigate life with calm and confidence. Emotions are powerful forces that shape our perceptions, decisions, and interactions. They can inspire, motivate, and bring deep meaning to life, but they can also mislead, overwhelm, and cause regret if acted upon impulsively. Understanding that emotions are fleeting allows us to pause, reflect, and choose our responses wisely instead of being controlled by temporary feelings. When emotions surge, they can feel overwhelming. Anger, frustration, sadness, or even excitement can cloud judgment, making it difficult to see situations clearly. A harsh word spoken in anger, a decision made in frustration, or an action taken in fear can have lasting consequences that far outweigh the temporary emotion that triggered them. Yet, when given time, emotions naturally subside, and what once felt urgent often no longer seems so significant. This is why restraint and reflection are essential when emotions run high. Consider a disagreement with a friend or colleague. In the heat of the moment, anger may push someone to say something hurtful. The urge to retaliate, to prove a point, or to express frustration can be strong. But if they step back, breathe, and allow time for the initial emotion to settle, they might realize that their words were unnecessary or even harmful. With a clear mind, they may approach the conversation with reason and understanding instead of hostility. A single moment of control can prevent damage that might take years to repair. Impulsivity, driven by emotion, is not limited to anger. Fear can push people into making rash decisions, avoiding opportunities, or acting defensively when no real threat exists. Anxiety can make them overthink and assume the worst, leading to unnecessary stress. Excitement can lead to reckless commitments or poor financial choices. In each case, the common pattern is that emotions rise quickly, demand action, and then fade, often leaving regret in their place. A wiser approach is to recognize emotions as passing waves rather than fixed realities. When an intense feeling arises, instead of reacting immediately, one can observe it. Asking questions such as, "Will I feel the same way about this tomorrow?" Or, "Is my response based on reason or just emotion?" can create enough space to avoid impulsive actions. Even a few deep breaths or stepping away from a situation can be enough to prevent a mistake. This principle applies to personal goals and discipline as well. A person trying to develop healthy habits may feel motivated one day and completely unmotivated the next. If they act only when they feel like it, progress will be inconsistent. Understanding that emotions come and go allows them to stay committed even when motivation fades, leading to long-term success. Mastery over emotions does not mean suppressing them, but rather acknowledging them without letting them dictate actions. By developing the habit of observing emotions without immediate reaction, people cultivate patience, wisdom, and emotional resilience. Life becomes less about being tossed around by fleeting feelings and more about making thoughtful, intentional choices that lead to a calmer, more fulfilling existence. Challenges are an unavoidable part of life, but they are also the greatest teachers. Every difficulty, setback, or hardship presents an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. While it is natural to wish for an easy life, true strength is forged through adversity. Those who embrace challenges rather than run from them develop the ability to endure hardships with courage and composure. Resilience is not something people are simply born with. It is cultivated through experience. A person who has never faced difficulty may struggle when confronted with even the smallest obstacle, while someone who has endured and overcome hardships builds the mental and emotional toughness to handle future challenges. Just as muscles grow stronger when subjected to resistance, the mind and spirit strengthen when tested by life's difficulties. Consider someone who has faced repeated failures in their career. While failure can be disheartening, each setback offers a lesson: what strategies worked, what didn't, and what adjustments can be made. Over time, they learn persistence, adaptability, and problem-solving skills. If success had come easily, they might not have developed these valuable traits. The same principle applies to any aspect of life: relationships, health, personal goals, and professional endeavors. It is through struggle that people refine their character and abilities. Difficult situations also teach emotional resilience. When people experience loss, disappointment, or hardship, they are forced to confront their emotions and find ways to move forward. This process strengthens their ability to cope with future challenges. Someone who has experienced personal loss, for example, may initially feel overwhelmed by grief. However, as they navigate through their emotions, they learn coping mechanisms that prepare them for future difficulties. With each hardship endured, their ability to recover becomes faster and more effective. Adversity also reveals inner strength that might otherwise remain hidden. Many people underestimate their ability to endure pain, stress, or setbacks until they are forced to face them. It is only when they confront a major challenge that they realize they are far more capable than they once believed. This realization builds confidence and self-trust, which carry over into other areas of life. Another important lesson from challenges is the ability to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and those who resist change often struggle the most. Challenges force people to reassess their strategies, change their perspectives, and find new ways to approach problems. Adaptability is a key trait of resilience, allowing people to navigate uncertainty with greater ease and confidence. Difficulties also cultivate gratitude and perspective. When everything is easy, it is easy to take things for granted. Facing hardship makes people appreciate what they have and recognize the value of perseverance. The struggles of today can make future successes more meaningful, as overcoming obstacles brings a deeper sense of accomplishment. By viewing challenges as opportunities rather than setbacks, people can transform adversity into growth. The strongest individuals are not those who have never struggled, but those who have faced difficulties, learned from them, and emerged even stronger. Resilience is built through the process of overcoming, adapting, and continuing forward despite hardships. Living by your own values is one of the most powerful ways to achieve inner peace and self-respect. In a world full of external pressures, societal expectations, and shifting opinions, it is easy to lose sight of what truly matters to you. Many people spend their lives trying to fit into molds created by others, whether it's family expectations, workplace culture, or social norms, without questioning whether those paths align with their core beliefs. However, real fulfillment comes from staying true to what you value, regardless of outside influences. One of the biggest challenges in living by your values is the fear of judgment. People often adjust their choices based on how they will be perceived by others. They may suppress their opinions, follow trends they don't believe in, or pursue careers that others see as prestigious, rather than those that bring them fulfillment. The problem with this approach is that no amount of external approval can replace the deep satisfaction of being authentic. A person who constantly seeks validation from others will always feel unsettled, because opinions change, and the approval of one group often leads to criticism from another. But when decisions are rooted in personal values, self-doubt fades, and a strong sense of purpose emerges. Living by one's values also requires clarity about what those values are. Many people go through life without ever defining what is truly important to them. Without this clarity, it is easy to be influenced by external pressures. Taking time to reflect on core principles, honesty, kindness, courage, discipline, independence, or compassion, helps create a personal framework for making decisions. Once values are clearly defined, it becomes easier to recognize when choices align with or contradict them. Staying true to personal values also builds self-respect. Each time someone compromises their beliefs to please others, they weaken their own sense of integrity. On the other hand, standing firm, even when it is difficult, strengthens character. For example, someone who values honesty but feels pressured to lie in a professional setting may face short-term consequences for telling the truth, but in the long run they will maintain their self-respect. The price of living authentically may sometimes be discomfort, but the reward is a deep and unshakable sense of self. Additionally, living by personal values provides a steady foundation in times of uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and external circumstances often change. If decisions are based solely on external factors like financial success, public recognition, or social trends, a person may feel lost when those factors shift. However, if choices are consistently guided by internal principles, there is always a clear path forward. Challenges and hardships become easier to navigate because actions are based on what truly matters rather than temporary circumstance. Ultimately, those who live by their own values create a life of authenticity, meaning, and self-trust. They may face opposition, but they also experience a deep sense of peace, knowing that their actions are aligned with their beliefs. Instead of being controlled by the expectations of others, they shape their own path with confidence and purpose. The present moment is all we truly have, yet many people spend most of their lives caught in the past or worrying about the future. Regret, nostalgia, and painful memories pull them backward, while anxiety and uncertainty propel them forward. In doing so, they miss the only time that is actually real, the now. The ability to fully engage with the present moment is one of the greatest skills a person can develop, leading to greater peace, clarity, and fulfillment. Dwelling on the past is a common struggle. People replay old conversations, revisit painful experiences, or long for moments that have already passed. While reflection can be valuable for learning and growth, excessive attachment to the past creates suffering. Regret over past mistakes does not change them, and longing for past happiness does not bring it back. The only productive use of the past is to learn from it and apply those lessons to the present. Otherwise, holding on to it only prevents progress. Similarly, many people live in a state of constant worry about the future. They imagine worst-case scenarios, fear the unknown, or delay happiness until they reach some future milestone. While planning and preparing for what's ahead is necessary, excessive focus on the future can lead to stress and a sense of never truly arriving. The mind becomes trapped in a cycle of what-ifs and somedays, preventing appreciation for what is happening right now. True peace comes from realizing that the future is uncertain, and the only way to shape it is by making the most of the present moment. Being fully present means engaging with life as it unfolds. It means truly listening when someone speaks, rather than thinking about how to respond. It means savoring a meal instead of rushing through it while scrolling on a phone. It means appreciating small joys, sunlight filtering through the trees, the sound of laughter, the feeling of breath moving in and out. These moments, though seemingly insignificant, are what make up life. If they are constantly overlooked, life itself passes by unnoticed. One of the greatest benefits of living in the present is that it reduces stress. Many worries are based on things that might happen but haven't yet. By focusing only on what can be done in this moment, anxiety decreases. A difficult situation becomes more manageable when broken down into small, present-moment actions rather than overwhelming future concerns. When fully immersed in now, there is no room for regret or fear, only action and experience. Practicing presence takes effort in a world full of distractions. Technology, responsibilities, and ambitions constantly pull attention away from the moment. However, through simple habits like deep breathing, mindful observation, and intentional focus, it becomes easier to return to the now. Over time, this way of living brings deeper appreciation, stronger relationships, and a sense of calm that is not dependent on external circumstances. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, but the present moment is always within reach. Obstacles are often seen as barriers, disruptions that hinder progress and create frustration. However, those who shift their perspective recognize that challenges are not roadblocks, but opportunities for growth, learning, and transformation. Every difficulty presents a chance to develop resilience, improve problem-solving skills, and gain deeper self-awareness. Instead of resisting obstacles, embracing them as valuable experiences can lead to personal and professional advancement. Difficulties push people beyond their comfort zones. When everything is easy, there is little motivation to change or improve. It is only when confronted with hardship that individuals are forced to adapt, think creatively, and develop new skills. For example, an entrepreneur facing financial struggles must learn better budgeting, marketing, or strategic planning. Without the challenge, they might never have discovered these capabilities. Likewise, an athlete who loses a competition can either view it as failure or as an opportunity to train harder and refine their technique. Growth happens in discomfort, and obstacles provide the necessary resistance to become stronger. Obstacles also teach patience and perseverance. Many people give up when they encounter difficulties, believing that struggle means they are on the wrong path. However, setbacks are a natural part of any worthwhile journey. A writer faces rejection before publishing a successful book. A musician endures criticism before mastering their craft. And a student fails before fully understanding a subject. Those who persist despite obstacles build mental toughness, learning that success is not about avoiding hardship but pushing through it. Each challenge overcome adds another layer of confidence and self-trust. Furthermore, obstacles force people to shift their perspectives. A situation that initially seems like a misfortune can later be seen as a necessary turning point. Losing a job, for instance, may feel devastating at first, but it might lead to an even better opportunity, one that aligns more with personal goals and values. A failed relationship may create heartbreak, but also provide clarity about what is truly important in a partner. Difficulties reveal hidden strengths and teach important lessons that would not have been learned otherwise. Beyond personal growth, obstacles can also lead to innovation. Many of the world's greatest discoveries and advancements emerged from challenges. Scientists, inventors, and leaders have all faced seemingly insurmountable problems, but their persistence led to breakthroughs. When something is not working, it forces creative thinking and the exploration of new possibilities. Instead of viewing obstacles as problems, those who succeed see them as puzzles to be solved, leading to progress and new opportunities. Ultimately, obstacles provide a chance to develop character. They teach humility by reminding people that not everything is within their control. They build gratitude by making successes more meaningful. They cultivate wisdom by forcing deeper self-reflection. Those who embrace challenges rather than resist them find themselves better equipped to handle future hardships with a sense of calm and determination. When viewed through the right lens, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone, guiding people toward greater strength, success, and fulfillment. In the end, obstacles are not barriers meant to stop us. They are opportunities meant to shape us. Every challenge we face carries a lesson. Every setback builds resilience, and every hardship strengthens our character. The difference between those who grow and those who remain stuck is perspective. When we stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start viewing them as stepping stones, we unlock our true potential. Life will always present difficulties, but within each struggle lies a chance to rise, learn, and emerge stronger. The choice is ours. Will we resist the challenge, or will we embrace it as the opportunity it truly is?